Students of the University of Liberia. So, as an institution funded to protect and preserve the welfare and well-being of the people of the Republic of Liberia, I see this occasion as an occasion to once again operate in line with the funding pillars of the Student Unification Party that decisively talk about academic freedom. It was interesting to know that the Bunker-led government has neglected and abandoned education at the University of Liberia just within a period of less than 150 days in administrative service. The Bunker-led government is seeing the imperative need to masquerade across the region and across the world with private jets. The president of the Republic of Liberia is masquerading the world with private jets. Why lecturers at the University of Liberia cannot have their salaries, why the conditions at the University of Liberia remain under deplorable conditions and remain in filth and suffering. This is why today the Vanguard Party has taken its historical duty to come here and remind Mr. Bwaka that he become president to improve and place premier emphasis on the people of the Republic of Liberia. And we believe as an institution, placing premier emphasis.
That's a big deal. But since it has not made sense yet, we thought to demonstrate our word into action by maintaining that we will take only $5,000 of our monthly money. Just as we are about to return to Monserrato what we have received from government, we would like to make it in a re-emphasized way that when we said what we said, we're clear on the record that we will take only $5,000 from Monserrato County. When we made the argument, it was a fact that senators were taking $15,325 in gross, and after tax deduction, they will come at $12,000. I insisted I would take $5,000 out of that $15,000 and return the rest to Monserrato County. And we insisted that whatever the money will be here, more than $5,000 will return the rest to Monserrato. So if we're making $15,000, will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 10. If they increase our money here, or we increase our money here to 100,000, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 95,000. If we're making 5,100, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 100. If we're making under 5,000, then Monserrato gets nothing, because the baseline has always been. That's a big deal. But since it has not made sense yet, we thought to demonstrate our word into action by maintaining that we will take only 5,000 US dollars of our monthly money. Just as we are about to return to Monserrato what we have received from government, we would like to make it in a re-emphasized way that when we said what we said, we're clear on the record that we will take only 5,000 from Monserrato County. When we made the argument, it was a fact that senators were taking $15,325 in gross, and after tax deduction, they will come at 12,000. I insisted I would take 5,000 out of that 15,000 and return the rest to Monserrato County. And we insisted that whatever the money will be here, more than 5,000, we'll return the rest to Monserrato. So if we're making 15,000, we'll take 5,000 and give Monserrato 10. If they increase our money here, or we increase our money here to 100,000, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 95,000. If we're making 5,100, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 100. If we're making under 5,000, then Monserrato gets nothing, because the baseline has always been.
Okay. We are back once more, folks. We are here on another edition of the Today Show, your most preferred breakfast program from odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Good morning and a pleasant welcome to it. And of course, we are here from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock every morning to serve you a very, very palatable breakfast. Today happens to be the 18th day of the month of June, and June is the 6th month of the year, and gradually, we are verging to the end of 2024. So I know a lot of you at the beginning of the year or even before the year, you make resolutions and hoping that you can achieve those resolutions at the end of the year. Oh yes, of course, we are going closer and closer to the end of 2024. So if you've been lagging behind on your resolutions, I think you've got to take it seriously. You've got to motivate yourself in spite of all of the adversities, all of the obstacles that may come your way or that may obstruct the achievement or attainment of your goals or resolutions. So folks, we are here this morning. My name is Yekezi Zuwel, and of course I'm here alongside Dennis Nipson and that of Chokon Flama, and together we're going to be driving you through until 10 o'clock this morning. Dennis and Chokon, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Yakesi, and good morning to the both of you and to all of our followers who are following us via the social media platforms and also through the radio. We'd like to say good morning and welcome to today's show on Spoon, Fabric, and all other platforms from whence you are following. It's good to be here this morning. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Chokon, how are you?
I'm good. It is good that we are here again this morning. It's a great time. And I hope for us to be able to drive the audience through up to 10 o'clock, at which time we will take our leave. But before that time, we also give them the opportunity to share their views, comments, suggestions, opinions on those issues.
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of issues that we're going to be delving into today on the show. But just before that, we want to give you an outlook of the weather for today. Let's try to bring you our weather forecast.
While you're trying to get
today.
there, I'd like to say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating as well. On yesterday, I guess Emmanuel David celebrated his birthday from Spoon Network. Also today, a sister of mine, Mami Adadua, is celebrating as well. Dede Joma, I'd like to say happy birthday to everyone and all others who are celebrating on today.
Okay. Yeah, so this morning, yes, the weather, it says a little morning rain is expected, and I think we've experienced that already. But the weather today is going to be cloudy, according to our weather report. It's going to be mostly cloudy. Precipitation is 71%. Thunderstorm is 17%. And so we're going to have rainfall, 71% of rainfall according to the weather forecast here. But let's try to bring you the hourly weather forecast here for today from weatheratlas.com. So according to Weather Atlas, oh my God, yeah, my phone is not serving me well this morning. All right, so let's go to it. So according to Weather Atlas this morning at 9 o'clock, there's going to be 64% of rainfall. At 10 o'clock, there's going to be just overcast. That is, the weather will just be gloomy up to 12 o'clock. 1 p.m. today, we're going to experience sunshine up to 4 o'clock. Yes, so we're going to experience sunshine from 1 o'clock today to 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, the weather turns cloudy or gloomy. And then 10 o'clock p.m. Tonight, rainfall up to 11 o'clock. Yeah, so that's the hourly forecast of the weather here today. So we are in the rainy season. You know about that. So you need to prepare wherever you're going. You always want to travel alongside your rain gear. You want to travel alongside your umbrellas, your rain boots, your raincoats, and whatever rain gear you think you can travel alongside, just to prevent yourself from getting wet, or just to prevent yourself from sheltering somewhere because of the rainfall. Something that may just delay and waste your time for no reason. So yes, that's the weather forecast for today. Now let's move straight into it. The former chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change, now the Congress for Democratic Change, he has resigned, MoA Morlu has resigned. He tendered in his resignation. He told the CDC, and he made a post, a Facebook post about that. And I hope I can, get hold of this Facebook post to read for you this morning, and then we can go into giving our own perspective about his resignation. So he says, "Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm writing to inform you that a cross section of the Liberian populace has chosen me as chairman and lead advocate of the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand. Stand is a diverse, non-political civil society and advocacy organization dedicated to the eradication of impunity in Liberia without allegiance to any political ideology or party. Our overarching mission is to carve a new path for Liberia, free from the burdens of injustice, corruption, poverty, and hunger in the land endowed with abundant natural resources. This opportunity requires that I devote my entire being to these noble causes, which I believe hold the promise for a brighter future. Notwithstanding, it also demands that I uphold the highest ethical standards to ensure that our actions remain impartial, moral, and non-partisan. Towards this end, I hereby tendered my resignation from the Congress for Democratic Change, effective immediately. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to the National Executive Committee, and particularly to the esteemed members of the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, for their unwavering support over the years, while I diligently served in various capacities, including national chairman. Finally, I extend an open invitation to my numerous supporters, well-wishers, and admirers, as well as the larger society, to join me in my civil society initiatives as we work together to carve out a brighter future for our common patrimony. Yours truly, MoA Morlu. He posted this on his Facebook page hours ago. So the former chairman of the opposition Congress for Democratic Change, there was then Coalition for Democratic Change, when he served as chairman, he has finally tendered in his resignation. He had earlier resigned as chairman of the party, but was still, a member of the party. But now he's tendered in his resignation from the party. That is, he's no more a member of the party, and he's no more member of any political party. And according to him, the essence of his resignation is because of his, newly established organization called STAND. STAND is the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day. So according to him, is a diverse, non-political civil society and advocacy organization that is dedicated to eradication of impunity in Liberia, and it owes allegiance to no political party or any political ideology. So, because of this objective, or because of the objective of the organization, he decided to resign from the CDC to remain a neutral person in the politics of the country. Chokon, what do you make of this?
Well, for me, I share the same view with Chairman Morlu, former chairman of the then ruling United Party, CDC. Chairman Morlu has always had issue with the form and manner in which the revolution went. After the leaked audio earlier, during the earlier days of the CDC regime, things you know, didn't go well in the party with Chairman Morlu over the years. And seeing it from another perspective, when the election is over now, the CDC is no longer in the ruling position. They're going to take a lot of time for the CDC to return to power. He just needed to step aside to reflect on his own goals, and I think it's the right thing that he did, because hierarchy of the CDC, especially the standard bearer, the torch bearer of the CDC, he and the former president did not just have that rapport. We saw that during the campaign, and there was this story that the president then didn't want to see the chairman. Just imagine the chairman went ahead to announce retreat after the defeat of the CDC, and the retreat did not hold. The standard bearer, rejected all the plans to hold a retreat in Grand Bassa County. Not only that, Legacy and Dennis, but during the campaign, there was reports that he was left out of the picking of the campaign chairperson for the entire campaign. And again, the CDC, with all of that, the CDC went to the election and did not win. So Chairman Morlu has always had a difficult time in the CDC, where the former president was is the standard bearer. Some factions within the party, like Chairman Morlu, they like him, and some other faction don't like him, especially those who are close to the former president. So just the right thing he did to step aside, because he was no longer recognized after that leaked audio that came out where he allegedly gossiped the president. Then things fell apart, and the center couldn't no longer hold. And so the chairman was just there now for being there sick. Just imagine the CDC went to a convention. When the CDC went to a convention, there was a lot of noise. The convention was conducted overnight, and there were a lot of misunderstanding about that convention. But the hierarchy of the coalition, then the governing council came together and it spoke to the standard bearer, and that's how the results of the convention was upheld by the governing council and all of that. So Chairman Morlu going into civil society, it is just good that he stepped aside to make that good for himself.
Okay.
But again, he will be questioned about those things he will be saying. Injustice. I saw a press release where STEM is saying they want war crimes court establishment. He was then defending that when you're chairman of the ruling party. Then, when you're chairman, he said, I can recall attended a few press conferences where he said, peace, unity, and development were the priorities of the WIA's administration, and not to open all wombs and all of that. So people will be questioning his ability to call for war crimes court and all the injustices he's going to be talking about.
Okay, Denise.
Yeah, for me, I would say is that we should expect these things happening when it comes to election.
Politicians tending to advocate.
Yeah, and apart from that, we in terms of his, resignation as the chairman of the party, you realize that in time past there have been chairmen, in successive who lead the party and other parties. So a political party does not stick to one chairman. If to talk about that, there will always be changes. Perhaps the person has been appointed into government, or they have occupied another role. But like Chokon said as well, talk about resignation of Morlu from the party, is something as well. Perhaps he was not treated well in the past time for which he has, tendered in his resignation from the party. Because when you are leaving a political party or some alignment that you are part of, is either because of disenchantment, or perhaps you have other roles to perform, and going into activism, like he said, I think it's just some preparation for the 2029 elections, that perhaps will start like activism, and at the end of the day, we tend to see, a political party and all of that. So it's something that to talk about, but he has his right to do whatsoever he that pleased him to do. And that was long seen in terms of MoA Morlu leaving the party, because he never had that smooth route at some point in time with the former president. They had their own ups and downs, and it was an open secret that everyone knew about. So it's something that now going on to another group that he termed as activism. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good
but
for
but
him.
one must say, why at this time? Because yes, it's true that we heard reports of him, being sidelined during the rule or the regime of the CDC. As chairman of the CDC, he was not given that courtesy, especially by the standard bearer and his surrogates, his confidants. That particular faction of the CDC, did not give him that courtesy, and but he's been there, he's been holding on, and he held on until after the campaign, even during the campaign period. We hear reports of him being sidelined again, that much funds were not given to him, to carry out campaign process, and there were certain things that he, as chairman of the party, is supposed to have, oversee. But that right was not given him, but rather it was given other people. So one may say, this man was allegedly mistreated or sidelined from the party ever since that leaked video, in fact, audio, where he was, gossiping the
The
president.
liquor talk.
Yeah, liquor talk. I mean, later on came back and said it was liquor talk.
Yeah.
But since then, the president apparently took that against him, and the president has been holding that against him, and that kind of affected his chairmanship within the coalition. So one who would have thought, this man, if he was sincere enough, he should have just resigned, following all of the alleged mistreatments during the rule of the CDC. But he was there; he remained, within the CDC as chairman. But right after the elections, the November 14 election, when the CDC lost the election, before he decided to resign as chairman of the CDC and going to form his own what he calls a civil society organization to be able to fight ills within the society. Do you think this action of his is sincere? Do you think if the CDC would have won the election today, do you think the likes of MoA Morlu would have been coming up with a civil society organization to talk against ills in the society?
So what I see, one thing is that to give credit to the CDC during their administration has to do with the way they handle their internal wrangling in terms of managing it, not having someone resigning. We saw when they had even the MPP situation, it was at some point in time, but they managed to, hold those coalition parties together to make believe that, yeah, they are still together. So one way or the other, the standard bearer managed to, actually hold the party together in terms of MoA Morlu, with the situation. But I think, to me, that after, even if the CDC would have won the election, MoA Morlu would have left the party. I think he was just there because holding to the fact that it was election period, and He really
he should have left ever
That's
since,
what I'm
man.
saying. I'm talking
Ever
about
since.
how they managed
Shouldn't have
to.
waited for CDC to lose everything before he said.
That's what I'm saying. They had that way of handling, managing their internal wrangling so as to show to the public that they were okay, whereas they were not. So we saw that. And the issue about MoA Morlu, why now? I think is that MoA Morlu has realized that the CDC is no longer in power. The CDC of yesterday, like he said the last time, that they all brought up and talk about to pull forth the interests of the citizens. It wasn't the CDC that they saw. So I think he believed to himself that the CDC perhaps has failed the Liberian people, did not fulfill the purpose for which they were established. So at this point in time, to save face, at this point in time, to have a voice, it is important to go the other way around as an activist, that we will be speaking out. One may say, why now? You were into governance, you had all of the time to make amends, to make right issues, but you did not do it. But at this point in time, you want to be seen. So there's one thing in being in government, and there's another thing being on the other side to criticize. So MoA Morlu, the likes of MoA Morlu, they had all of the time. He served as the party chairman. One may have thought that he would have stand up for a lot of things and defend the rights of people, the rule of law, and all of that. The reason for which he is now establishing, or he has established, the stand would have been the same thing, would have been proffered during the CDC administration, but they failed to do that. They failed to do that.
And now he's going to advocate.
I think it's about saving face, to be seen as this good person, and perhaps to paint the party black, that the party has failed, the standard bearer has not fulfilled the reason for which we were established. So this time around, we need to speak up for the Liberian people, because I listened to him the last time when he firstly formed that group, and what he was saying. So for me, I think they failed the Liberian people, and going at this point to establish another group as an activism arm, I think it's just intended to save face and maybe gain popular sentiments.
Yeah, sure. And I do agree with you, Josephus Thomas, watching. Those I don't think I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I do believe, and that's my opinion, if even the CDC had won the election, because predicated upon the fact that with all of because we heard too many reports of MoA Morlu being sidelined within the CDC, being mistreated, not being given that courtesy as chairman, that authority to function as chairman of the party. But then yet then still he held on. Because the CDC was in power at the time, probably because of what he was getting. So he did not care as to whether he was mistreated or he was sidelined, probably for the fact that he was, he was getting something fat for himself. He didn't care. So I want to believe, judging from that fact, I want to deduce that if the CDC had won, just in the election, I don't think you would have had MoA Morlu then, passing around here and saying they have established a civil society group to discuss ills or to criticize injustices within the country. So I don't think the likes of MoA Morlu should be trusted.
Aside from that, legacy, before just in the last days of the ruling party, then there was a convention held. Like I said, in that convention, gave the MoA Morlu and the rest of the team about 7 years leadership of the party. Just imagine if they had won the election, they were going to be in power for 6 years, and 1 year later, their time are going to be expired. So nobody thinks that Chairman Morlu are going to walk away from the party. Absolutely, he was not going to walk away, even because in the last 6 years, when he gossiped the president, he was still in the party. With all what happened, he was still
during the campaign when he was
in the party. He was silent. The chairmanship of the campaign, in fact, the entire campaign was in the care of Eugene, Finabono, and the rest of the people. He was just there, maybe auxiliary, taking care of auxiliary and those small groups. But the chairman was not recognized. But yet still, he was there. So imagine if the CDC had won the election, Chairman Morlu, I don't believe that he was going to be
anything like stand today.
He was going to be around. But again, what Chairman Morlu going to be talking about? Those are things now we need to be looking at. What Chairman Morlu going to be talking about?
Yeah, the message will be criticizing injustices.
But he was chairman of the ruling party then, and injustices were walking here and there and moving here and there, and they could hold press conferences and say, no, the war crimes code, this is not the time. Liberian people would prefer development, would prefer peace over war crimes court and things. So people will be looking at that, whether this is a genuine call from the former ruling chairman.
Yeah, and I think it's not a genuine or a sincere call. And I think people are going to take his advocacy differently. Sometimes people don't look at the message that is preached. Mm-hmm. Okay, people look at the person who's preaching the message. So sometimes the personality who preaching the message can turn or can change the entire meaning of the message. The message that you'll be preaching might be a good message, but people wouldn't look at that message. They will look at the person's personality, the person's background, how the person himself or herself has been, working in line with such message. Because it's often said, one who preaches equity must come with clean hands. Mm-hmm. All right. So those are things that people will be looking at now. If MoA Morlu goes to criticize injustice or bad governance or malfeasances in government, people will be questioning him. What did you say yesterday when we have, reports of corruption, millions going missing, the mop-up exercise? You were chairman of the ruling party at the time. What did you say about that? What was your role? Some people will not be taking his message just for it to analyze and reason with his message. People will be looking at the personality and his own involvement as chairman of the former ruling party, the CDC. So I think that is going to greatly affect this civil society.
But you can see, someone would say, a wise man changes. Those who are wise, they can change. Overnight. Maybe he was blind when he was in the party. All those things are happening. Sometimes people can gain consciousness depending on the situation and time. So I believe maybe Chairman Morlu, especially as a man of God, he used to preach. So maybe the Spirit of God has descended on him, and he recognized that this is where he belongs.
And also, that also could be the situation with the Unity Party. The issue about Liberia is that we just have the rational people are just, sorry to say that, are just few, that would think critically and say, this person is not being sincere. This person was like this before and that. For bulk of the people, just within 1 or 2 days, as long you change and come with any message, they tend to, accept it. We saw that when the United Party was in position, right? At the time, the issue of corruption and all of that, the CDC was in opposition. The CDC criticized that. When the CDC got into power, who did we see criticizing corruption? was the United for
United
folks
Party.
from the United Party as well, right?
Yeah.
That were at some point in time accused of being corrupt, mismanaging resources,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So the issue of Liberia is just like a visual cycle that people just doing the same thing overlay, and we just yeah. So I think the issue about Morlu is that well, it is one with really criticizing, like I said, those who are, critical about issues will look at it the other way around because he had the opportunity on his watch as a chairman. What did he do? Why did he not stand as a man, when things were going wrong, to just walk away and say, this is not how it should be. My party is proceeding wrongly, so I'm not going to serve as the chairman of the party. But yet instead he stayed back, and perhaps all of the talks beyond the closet, the closed door, talking to him, maybe some of the other compensations and things that he got, so he couldn't leave the party. And people will say, you can't ruin the party because you're the chairman, so stay on. In as much as you were not treated fairly, even we saw during the election, there were complaints from the bona fide, the stalwarts, or the partisans, the diehard partisans, that the chairman wasn't treated well, and he was, because of that, the trickle that effect, they were not receiving that dividend as partisans during the election to be able to actually campaign, go all out. It was just centered around certain people. So these are issues as well that we saw within the CDC.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a vicious cycle. It's just going around and around and around and around. Today, you see folks from the CDC. Now, those who were in power before, they will come up and pretend as though they're now in the interest of Liberians. You'll see them criticizing, this government, and criticizing ills and malfeasances within this government. And they were in a previous government, but those same things happened, and probably even more happened. But they sat there, they kept mute. Some of them defended it. But now they will come up to pretend as though they are in the interest of, the people. But that is all meant, to gain public sentiment. And I consider that tactic as, their own framework for the 2029 elections. I think all of that is in gear for the 2029 elections. They want to gain sentiments from the Liberian people. So that during the 2029 election, some they can get votes. Probably that's, in fact, apparently that's why a lot of them are doing that. But again, I think the Liberian people themselves have to be wise. You need to know who is a sincere politician. If you want to be a politician, stick to being a politician. Once, especially this issue of activism. If you want to be an activist, just stick to being an activist. Once you delve into politics, of course, when you are an activist, you talk about politics. You are somewhat a politician, but do not take side. Because if you take side, if you affiliate yourself with a certain political party, and especially if that party wins an election and comes to power, and maybe you are given a position, now you become tight-lipped. Why? Because you got two interests there. Your primary interest could be what you are getting as salary, and so that may influence your decision not to criticize the government of the day, because your thinking will be, if I criticize this government, I'm going to lose this job. You're going to now sideline the interest of the Liberian people, the interest of the masses that you've advocated for many years. Now, if that government leaves power, you come back and, like Morlu, You come back and say you an activist. Who's going to trust you, for God's sake? Even if they say the Liberian people are gullible to, I mean, the highest degree, I don't think the Liberian people would trust you. I think just a few people that you are influencing financially will follow you and will try to, listen to some of the things that you are saying. We will listen, but listening doesn't mean that we are agreeing with you. We disagree with you. We disagree with your sincerity. We disagree with you being a true activist.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Aside from that, you can see if you read the last paragraph of the resignation letter, it says it all that Chairman Morlu maybe intention is to take members of the CDC with him. And all of those who are with him in the new organization's team, they are all members of the CDC, the Secretary General, the rest of the team, the entire team.
Yeah.
You
always have loyalists.
Yeah.
You always have loyalists. Some people will say, "I will die with a man in the grave." Yeah. So I mean, for that is obvious. So you always have people who I don't care what somebody does. I don't care what Chairman Morlu does. Whether he does the worst thing, they will always be there with him. And I mean, they know their own reason why they will be there. Yeah.
But they are extremely well to hold the party together. Out of what happened, Chairman Morlu stood his ground to make sure that the party was together until the election with all the noise from the auxiliary and other groups within the CDC. Yeah.
And also, there was this allegation of some officials of the party, being vindictive and all of that. So one may have thought that the chairman too would have been someone who wanting to, take precaution and all of that, not wanting to be seen as someone who is going to, ruin the party, and you have others coming after you and all of that. So there are a lot of issues to, talk about as it relates to the Morlu situation. But also, it is not a news, in terms of his resignation, because there's no, at this point now, a lot of people are finding home away from home, and making there's alliances being built, there's collaboration being formed and all of that. So anyone at any point in time could resign from a past position or present position and wanting to rethink on how they go about the next 6 years to come. So it is not really a news for me in terms of his resignation.
Yeah. Okay. So moving fast forward, we open the lines shortly so that you can call and have your say. But don't forget, our dashboard here is open for the radio entertainment game. 40 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars here this morning. So you don't just want to listen to the show for 2 hours and just walk away free. You want to play the radio game and win for yourself 2,500 Liberian dollars. So the playing code is *799#. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents USD or 100 LD. And you automatically enter the draw, and you stand a chance to be one of our winners here, walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. So now let's talk about this issue of President Bouaka. This article that says President Joseph Bouaka warns supporters yearning for a appointed position to lower expectations as his government is unable to appoint everyone. So he says President Joseph Bouaka has warned people who are complaining of not being appointed in the new administration or regime that the government would not be able to employ everyone. Many supporters of the ruling party have accused the president of failing to prioritize members and supporters of the UP in the distribution of jobs in the government. In response, President Bouaka said the government will have no money to operate if everyone is placed on the government's payroll. Oh, yes. So, usually in Liberia, one reason why you see a lot of people going to support a political party, a lot of people do that for jobs. The few ones they affiliate or declare their membership with this party and they go into the nooks and crannies of the country and campaign for the party, at the end of the day, if the party wins, they must have a job, which is not a bad thing. If the president, if you do all of that and the president prefers you for a certain position, I think it's a good thing. But it shouldn't be like a must. All right, I think people should be going into political parties, for national interest. All right, you join a political party, looking at the manifesto of the political party, looking at the agenda of the political party, what they have to deliver if they are elected, if the party is elected, what they have to deliver in the interest of Liberians. Because if you just go there for your own interest, you're seeking your own interest, then, there's going to be a problem. There is going to be a problem. But if you look at the party agenda, the individuals associated with the party, the hierarchies of the party, especially the standard bearer, his ability, his potential to lead, if you look at all of that, and you affiliate yourself with that political party, support the party, campaign for the party, and the party wins tomorrow, because of your good judgment, there's a possibility that party, can open up opportunities in the country that you don't even have to work in government. All right? That party could open up other opportunities, employment opportunities, that people can be able to work in the private sector, not just those who were, campaigning for the party, but other Liberians who, went to the polls, those who didn't even go to the poll to cast their ballot, so that all of them can have that opportunity. But this thing about expectation of job, because you are a member of a political party, and when that party wins, you must have a job. For God's sake. And government can incorporate everybody at the same time.
Absolutely not.
Government can incorporate everybody at the same time. So the president is saying that you must be patient. And he has said it bluntly. I know people will feel frustrated about this, but I think that's just the fact he said. The government cannot incorporate everybody, because if the government does that, there will be no money to operate the government. There will be no money to undertake development in the country.
So pay you that will be working.
So we should forget about development and just put everybody on salary. Will be taking salary. Everybody be saying at the end of the month, everybody in the community salary. No roads.
You may not have the money to even service your wage bill. Yeah. You're talking about all the supporters of the Unity Party, those alliances and all of that. You can see only in Liberia, maybe in Africa, people will say the reason why they support certain political institution is for job. When the government, maybe when the party comes to power, for them to be able to get appointments in government, maybe to continue the old way of the way the other people behave. But in other areas, when people support certain administration, it's all about creating the enabling environment,
of course,
so that the citizens can work. Sometimes it's about the law, it's about taxes, it depends on that administration. Your tax reform
issues.
Yeah, your tax reform policy, sometimes insurance policy, sometimes on your development agenda, but our own is being narrowed down to jobs. So at the end of the day, you find I listened to a couple of Unity Party supporters who they said they came from the Youth League, though the Youth League debunked the statement that they are disenchanted. In fact, they want jobs and all of that. Some are still in high school, some are even in university and all of that. And not everybody can get an appointment in government. You should know that. That was the same thing that seditionists will see disenchanted CDC. They want other group against president. We are re-election and all of that. You cannot support a political party and you expecting for you and everyone else who supported. Just imagine the crowd that came out during the launch of the Unity Party. You do not expect everybody to go in government. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You should be praying that your government will be able to negotiate with people, that companies will come, jobs will be created, the private sector will have jobs to employ you, so that you can put food on your table. But to be saying that you need job and you disenchanted this war and all of that,
press conferences. I mean,
you should know. We should be able to erase that notion. Even you go and join the CDC or whatever party in the opposition, when the party comes to power, 2029, they will not incorporate everybody. They will not incorporate everyone. We're talking about, let's say, for example, they go election. About 1 million people voted the Unity Party, maybe from the first and second round of the election. 50.something% that brought the Unity Party to power. You do not expect everyone that voted for the Unity Party to be given a job in government. It's unacceptable. Government does not have the revenue envelope to support that. So it just should be a signal for those who are supporting political parties around here that it is you will not just benefit those who are in offices. You should be praying for them. You should be making recommendations that will be able to, solicit funding, be able to find jobs, so you can be able to
and that
work.
Is why.
So, Chokon and Yekesi, firstly, before, sometimes we discuss issues, we should also look at the root cause. We have a society, Liberia, where unemployment rate is high. I think before there was prediction, before the end of 2024, perhaps unemployment rate would be at 3%, 3.5 or something percent. So it shows that there's huge unemployment or high unemployment rate. Especially we have people graduating from universities. We have people from tertiary institutions. They are not being employed. You have a government who have come and tell the people, we have come to rescue you. You understand? And also in Liberia, sometimes we would want to and say that people should not go into politics because they want job. People will always go into politics, will support people in Liberia because they want job. Do you know why? Because we have high rate of unemployment. We don't have, our private sectors are not booming. Government, people only see the source of employment, government as a source of employment, the only major source of employment. So you have people, when it comes to election, they will support a political party because they feel that when this party wins the election, I will have a job. Until the issue of unemployment can be taken care of, until we can have institutions, we can have our private sector booming, we can have businesses, people are made to do business, people are empowered, we will always have these things. And the statement that the people shouldn't expect that, everybody will be employed into government, I think that at this point in time, what they should be saying, was it a statement from the president, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It should be about, we will not employ everybody, but we are ensuring that there are companies that are coming.
I do agree with you.
That people will 100%. Have work to do. So people are not working. People don't have even companies to go to. There are a lot of people now, you see, most of the young people, the future generation is being destroyed. Most of the young guys are just riding motorbikes throughout the day. They don't go to school because why? They want to make ends meet, they want to have money for their family, they want to sustain themselves.
At least for the
So
motorcyclists, they are doing something.
Yeah,
but there are just others who are just
yes, what I'm trying to say, and you can see, if they have a company that they are working, perhaps they have some hours to go and work, they can go to class, you know, and all of that, they can go to school, and think people will put education first. They will also go to, have something to do. But there is no institutions coming, no company. The people are not working. The people are here. Even you go down Waterside, you go red light, the sellers are more than the buyers. People are just selling. They cannot, get profit. They cannot sustain their family. So obviously, you will know that the people will need job, and it is based upon the government to ensure that the people can get job. So that statement that everybody won't be employed in government, everybody won't be employed in government, but they need jobs. So what is the assurance that you are giving now? You came as a rescue mission. The rescue mission entails a lot. The past administration failed the people because there were a lot of economic challenges. There was high unemployment rate that increased in the past years after Manaseli have left, because of the way the past administration governed. People were unemployed before they left power. Now this administration say we are the rescue mission. We will ensure that there will be employment. There will be this. There will be skill training. There will be a lot of this. At this point in time, the people are eager to see some of these things. We saw when the government took over, Senator Amara Kone announced that some of the children, some of the youth that were in the trenches for us, we have scholarship for them to go, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody were like jubilating around. They were happy because they felt that was opportunity for them. Where are those? Was that an empty pronouncement? I didn't see anything happening about that. So the people are eager. If you see the people having press conferences, supporters of Unity Party, it's because they want job. And even the president is saying no job, but there are other officials too who are taking their people at entities. They are carrying people and they are employing people as well. So the people always need, as long there is no source of employment, unemployment is actually high in Liberia. Okay. So you should expect that. That's what I have to say about that.
So of course, that is expected. That's the state of affairs. That's the situation. That's the reality on the ground. The unemployment rate in the country is very high. Yes, people will have expectation. Yes, people will go to join or affiliate or declare membership with a certain political party because of job. But now the fact here is, at the end of the day, if you don't get a job, at the end of the day, everybody cannot be incorporated. At the end of the day, so I think what we should be doing, because you don't have, except maybe you have this certainty that if I join this political party, and if I campaign for this political party, and if the party wins, I will get a job. If you have the certainty, maybe because of the connections within the party with some of the top-notch officials within the party, that's fine. But I would still think that wouldn't be a good decision for the country, because that would be a selfish decision. You are only thinking about yourself. You are not thinking about the national interest of the party. Yes, you go to the party, join the party, campaign for the party, and then the party wins. At the end of the day, if the party does not employ you, or if you are not appointed into government to work, if you're not incorporated, what becomes of your benefit? So it will mean that you made a wrong decision. But if you make a decision before joining the party, you look at the manifesto of the party, you look at the potential of the person, the background of the person that you want to go and cast your ballot for, or of the person that you want to go and support. If you look at all of that and do a sound judgment and come to a conclusion, deduce that this party, I think, would be a better party. I think they're going to make some change based on all of the research that I've done. So I'm going to join this party. Even though maybe even joining the party with all of those, research that you've done and all of that, maybe the expectation will still be that, oh, if I join the party, I'll also get job, even though, you've done your research and everything. So now if this party comes to power tomorrow and you are not incorporated, but because of the prudent decision you made to have studied about this politician, the standard bearer of the party and all of that, I mean, there's a likelihood that if this party comes to power, there's a possibility that they are going to bring about change. So even if you are not incorporated into the government, all right, that may be a disappointment, but you're going to have an enabling environment created by the government where even though you're not in government, but you can have an opportunity, to get loans somewhere. You can have an opportunity, to apply somewhere and get a job. So I think that is the focus point. But if all of us just troop or join political parties with the expectations that, hey, we're going for a job, and I know that is driven by the unemployment rate. But I don't think we should be allowing the unemployment rate in the country to drive our decisions. Because if we continue to do that, then of course there will continue to be more and more unemployment rate in the country. Because if unemployment rate drives a decision, then you're just going to make a decision for yourself. And then tomorrow you elect the wrong person or the wrong government or the wrong party, and the party comes into power, they're not able to, solve that issue of unemployment in the country. And it becomes a persistent problem in the country.
Yes, Yakesi, you are right. I know Chogon wants to come in, but in time past, we have seen the issue, like when I say the unemployment rate, right? We have seen the issue, and the issue about election in Liberia is just about the bread and butter issue. Even during election, we will sit on the radio, we tell people vote wisely. What do you see? People run after bag of rice. People run after people who give the handout and all of that. So it tells you that poverty is the root cause of how people are voting in this country. Other countries, yeah, maybe they are better developed. You will find out that the people would say we are off our business, we are doing this and want to elect this leader because this is the person. But people tend to go beyond people who they feel that, yes, I have this link with the person. In Liberia, always say they say politics is interest. That interest they are talking about is because when that person gets elected, they themselves, they have some hope of job because of how poverty is in this country. So our leaders who are being elected should be sincere about how they want to address the issue about the people. If the people elect you, it's about you ensuring that they have better job opportunity. They have micro loans that they can do business. Not everybody will work, right? But there are people into offices, but there are people who want to do business. They don't have the means to start. They don't have status. There are people who want to just work in factory. They don't have skills, but they can do the odd jobs in factories and things. So these people can be given an opportunity. There are more concession companies to come. Until we can address these things, we will continue to talk about people going to government and wanting to see employment. They want employment. That is why when the government of the day comes, they want to sideline. They want to remove the other people from the job, to bring the others to come and occupy the position.
So at the end of the day, we'll just be bringing government for job. They'll be voting for job business, for job business. And the country will not go anywhere.
So we really need to see how best, the issue of employment can be. And the President Walker, then elected, he said there won't be business as usual. The rescue, to put that name on you, that rescue, it takes a lot. There are a lot that is expected. During the CDC administration, they say manage your expectation. People hope for change because they say you should hope. When you hope, then you have change. Which obviously you can't be hoping and you change again. I think you should change. You have hope, but they feel that. So the rescue mission now should be able to do the needful for the people. Okay. Bring companies, let the people work, let the people have businesses to do. Just coming up and saying that everybody shouldn't expect to be employed in government, it is not enough. That shouldn't be there. There be something to back that statement. that we are going to ensure that by 2 months from now, we will provide this for you people. Those who cannot see government employment will have this for you to have this to build yourself and have a better livelihood for your families.
Yeah, okay,
exactly. No, exactly. That's what I said. The government should be able to create the enabling environment for people to get jobs, for people to be able to make businesses. Those who want to go into the private sector, to be able to provide employment for the young people. Those who want to go back to school, they should be able to go back to school and have the kind of education, scholarship, and all of that should be provided. But however, you cannot support a government or a political party when the party comes to power. You have that in mind that you are forced to work in government. You are forced to get employed in government. It's unacceptable because there are people, it could be you, but people who will be given the ability, will be given the opportunity to get in those positions, to be able to work, rally with the president, to be able to serve the rest of the country, so that people can be able to get jobs, people livelihood can improve, purchasing power can improve, and all of that. But coming here and there to say, because there's unemployment in the country, we want to go in government. No, there's no way. It doesn't work that way. Not because the entire country, more than 60% of the country is unemployed. It means that when a new government comes to power, everybody will go into government. No.
Okay.
I think our concern should be how the government can raise resources, how the government can create jobs for, especially in the private sector, for people to go, because in other countries around the world, you can see the private sector plays an integral role.
Yes, that's what we are saying. That's
it's the opposite here in Liberia, where the government is the highest employer. And it's a serious problem. We hope this can be changed. By this government to some extent, and other governments to come. And my advice to the president, when you are making such statement, I think you've got to be somewhat cautious how you make such statement, because you are the one the people of the nation depend on.
Exactly.
Especially so your supporters, those who we saw lying in dirty water here, walking in dirty water, just to campaign for you, under the rain, under the sun, just to campaign for you. So when you're making such a statement bluntly, that should also come with some level of resolution. You should also create hope for the people.
Yeah.
All right. So if you say government cannot incorporate everybody, government can employ everybody, that should not just be the stopping point. But we will do this as time goes by, or we are working on this plan to create that environment for people to get jobs, for people to work in the private sector. But if you just leave it like that, it kind of make the people hopeless. Yeah. It makes them hopeless. So why is true that you are saying the fact, but also the people depend on you. You should also, say that with some giving the people who voted you hope that, we're working on this plan to bring this investment, or to bring this company, or to explore opportunities for everybody to work. And one thing I like to talk about before we go to the lines has to do with, we saw a newspaper yesterday carrying the photo of Super George, a media colleague of ours. And I've forgotten the exact headline, or I cannot see the headline verbatim as it's written on the newspaper. But it was something like, Super
after
George.
Insulting.
Yeah, after insulting or campaigning against President Bouaka, the United Party, President Baka appointed Super George as assistant minister at the Ministry of Defense. Why, why United Partisans are looking for job. I think government should not just be about who support it. It shouldn't be about who support it. The government of the day, once you are a government of the day, you come now, you government for everybody. You are no more political party. You are no more a political party. So you are government for everybody. Those who voted for you, those who never voted for you, you are government for everybody. So I think the employment of the country has to cut across. The employment of the country has to cut across. And the Constitution even talked about that, where, it says ministers should come from every country, in fact, every county in the country. So, and that should not only be done with partisans of the Unity Party. Others who did not support the Unity Party, who are qualified, who are competent to work in a certain position, they must, if they are elected, or if they are appointed, or nominated by the president, and they are qualified and competent and confirmed by the Senate, let them work. But we shouldn't have this notion that because you support the party here, so when the party comes to power, you're not getting job. And when the president gives job to somebody who criticized or who was in opposition before, then it becomes a problem. That's the same thing with Sylvester Grisby. Why is true that he was with Cummings, but the president decided to incorporate him into his government. Maybe he saw something in him.
Yeah.
Except
government of inclusion.
Government of inclusion. So I only have problem with Sylvester Grisby if he's not doing the right thing. That's the only way. I think we should be criticizing people based on their performance, not based on their political affiliation. No. So whoever wrote that article, that story, I know it was a propaganda stunt and all of that, but I know it's just going nowhere. I only decided to talk about this because that's a notion, that's the perception of a lot of Liberians, and I think we need to change that perception.
And Yegasi, interestingly, those who can say it can be criticizing the president of incorporating people from difficult political, strata of the country. These are the same people can be hailing the president of government or inclusion. The president appointed so and so person, this is government or inclusion. If you're talking about government or inclusion, and the president goes to CDC and brought a CDC propagandist to work in his government, I think you should hear that also, that this president cut across. And aside from that, we listen to other young people from the Unity Party who also said that they are there also, they want job, and the president is additional job to opposition community, those who were against him during the heat of the campaign. It's another key thing to pay heed to, especially where your partisans are yamming for jobs, and taking the jobs,
government job
to other people and all of that. This has been the notion in
this poor system that we have in Liberia today, this patronage system. And that is why you see a lot of people trooping into political parties because they feel that. And yeah, it's been a custom, it's been a tradition, a political tradition over the years. But I think that shouldn't be. I don't think that should be. The government of the day is the government of everybody. The government can implore those that are non-partisan and those that are partisan. So it shouldn't be a problem. I think the only problem should be the president should be qualified, the president should be competent, the president shouldn't have any ticket issue or any kind of tainted character before. I think those are things we should be talking about, people that are being appointed or nominated to positions, but not political affiliations. Yeah.
Go to the lines.
Yeah, let's go. Let's now go to the lines to hear from you. Call us on 0777 1075, 0777 1075, 0555 10 1075. Call us and have your say this morning, the Today Show. And don't forget to play the radio game. The dashboard is open, *799#. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. Choose how to pay. The playing fee is just 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. And you can pay using your mobile money account, both LD and USD. Or if you don't have money on your mobile money account, you can go in and buy the recharge card and activate it on your non-star sales SIM card, and you can play from there, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. 40 persons will be winning that here this morning, so you want to be one of our winners. Let's go to the lines and talk to our first caller. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, you guys, and good morning to the other studio view.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Right. My name is Josiah Smoke, calling from Nelson, Congo, Peace Island. Over there, 540.
All right.
Let me say thank to the three of you for the analysis made on the president's speech. Because we know that the president, as the president was brought into power, he has said everyone can work in government, which is true. That's a reality. But it is constitutional on Article 18 that the government should create an equal environment for all. Meaning, this government should be able to go out, search for us, through bilateral, multilateral agreement and other investors to come in our country, create an environment for us to work in private sectors. Not everyone will be in government, which is true. That's the reality you're saying. But what can we do as a government? Create an environment for us. Like, for example, you see the bridge of waterway on the Salih regime, and you come away a lot of young people. When the government came, we had the king to destroy our whole entire process. Now that we pray and hope that the government will look that way, try to bring such a programs so that other young people can be covered. Outside of that,
okay.
Then that's what we are saying. We know it is a reality, but it is constitutional. Government should create an environment for all. It is our right, not privilege.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, thank you so much. Let me say good morning to you also. This is Lawson Time.
All right, let's hear you.
Good morning, Lawson.
From District 8 in Mafia.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you for your energy this morning on the national platform. Look, let me be realistic here. There is no political war in heaven. There is no political war or reward in heaven.
You go to heaven before you
go to heaven, there will be a kingdom. Every reward for politics is wrong area. If you think these people are keeping into political party headquarters because the private sector is not vibrant. The political area now is a way forward now to put it open a job. And when you see all the about sellers, they're all in the party now. We are not saying that the government should not have an inclusive government. But we are saying the prioritize those who supported you, not to recycle those people who have been power before. Now, for example, when you go in Grand Bassa County, the former senator that was defeated by Boston Capital recently is now having a job now as a full director in Grand Bassa. You won't tell me there is no unity party there. Or any other qualified person in Bassa to do our job. No, we saw what I made a who are just being for 9 years, then you go 4 more years in power left, you won't be job again. It's not fair. This is not fair. Let me be realistic. You don't recycle politicians. They have a vote. Why could you go other people too? This is national
so it's also based on the performance of that individual. So why if that person has been in that position for 9 years or 10 years and the person has been productive, don't you think that person must be maintained?
Are you telling me that the senator of a full senator of Grand Bassa County?
No, that's no. I'm just giving you an example. Okay.
All right.
So you are saying folks shouldn't be in power, or that the government should prioritize certain people who have been in power should not be maintained. That's why I'm asking you, what if this person has been in a position and this person has been productive, this person has been performing in that position and has made that position very vibrant? Don't you think there's a need to maintain that person to continue to work within that position?
You're not bringing a very important point now.
Okay.
Or somebody who have been defeated for 9 years.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Good morning. Good morning to your colleagues.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yes, my name is June18. I tell you guys from today.
All right, go ahead.
because of government failure to create job opportunities. That's why you see every revenue collected from this country it go for salaries. That's why you see Liberia is not developed. Everybody want you get like you couldn't say Denise. If you are telling me everybody can work in government, yes, which is true, even in the United States, everybody can go to government. But what's the way forward? What's the way forward? Here, you can see, we attract poor investors. Some of the customers, you know, I think you say they offer 100,000. Is that what you would do for your college to come invest in that country? That's like in this country. No. So then the fees that will come, government officials will go around and, I mean, you know, to entangle them, and then they will not go around in the country to employ people because of the brown envelope. So if you are telling me you just go to government, yes, it's true. But what's the way forward?
Oh, okay.
We are not attracting investors.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm Morlu Johnson and I'm calling from the Oro.
Morris, go ahead.
Firstly, I would like to thank you in studio for the fascinating discussion this morning. Sorry, someone was out for my grading on the show this morning. The lady on the show scored E, while you the man, you scored D.
Oh.
To the point.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Gentlemen,
Special interest, Daniel.
I said thank you, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, dude.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Gentlemen, on the issues of managing expectation, the country on the poverty list, the poorer countries in the world, I think top 10 you see Liberia, if I'm not making mistake. I'm not checking, I stand to be corrected.
Yes, Liberia is the most.
Our politicians use this to come to us, to make us to vote them to power. So when they know that they are not in a position or able to provide jobs, why should they bring us in campaign? But when you press us to vote for them, the CDC, right? When they came, they said change for hope. They said we're suffering in manner, said Johnson hand. So if we change, we'll get hope. At the end of the day, they give us the money expectation. Our people came, the government for which I must say are stressing and supporting still. They said rescue. Now they're telling us the money expectation. Everybody not say in government, we know. But the fact that the private sector should be booming.
Okay.
There are people who voted for you, there are skilled people and unskilled people, professional people. And those people, you told all of them that in the year at the time was suffering then. For you coming to provide job for them. And you get on now the money expectation of last year to go to the MoA Morlu issue.
Okay, quickly.
Okay, quickly. I think MoA Morlu should stand right and do for some of us. We're supporting the process. If the government, for me, I voted. If that proceed well, I will go on the way of the stand. I will follow MoA Morlu to discuss the issue. Because even in this government, we are eyeing people that will not do well in the government. The citizen government, there are people who do bad things, but for MoA Morlu, he was standing for the people.
Thank you. Let's talk to other people. Good morning, your name and where you join us from? Okay, we lost that caller. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm sitting for district number 6. My name is Lucas Saki. Thank you for the show this morning.
Okay.
But the statements you are making are actually that would have well with me.
Okay.
I can remember September 17th when we were running the campaign with the podcast. We were in the rain. You think what we went there for? Some of we making business.
Yeah, we have a job.
Some of us go to school. Some of we making business. Even if you get benefit directly or indirectly, you get benefit directly, indirectly.
Okay.
Meaning that you had a street yesterday. It's a job for the youth. Exactly. The street yesterday is a job for eating a way for 4 and 3 and You can take that money, you make a business, you push. We're not going to ever put a back to whatever you government, but you can benefit directly, indirectly.
Okay.
You just got to reason, you're in a reason, I can't just talk to this. President Bola, the people is. When the benefit for one small benefit, you know.
I mean, you're doing it for the love of country. You're not doing it for President Bola.
Yeah, what? It's a national case with this country here. This is a national case.
Okay.
So, they make it directly and directly.
That's true. You're right.
Okay, Luther, thank you. Thank you very much, Luther Saki. Okay, so folks, that's it. We take a few more calls and call a day on this segment of the show. But don't forget to play the radio game. 40 persons will be walking away with $2,500 Liberian dollars here this morning on the show. So all you need to do is to just pick up your phone, dial *799# using your non-star cell SIM card. Select number 3 after dialing the code. You're going to see a list of radio stations. Spoon FM is at number 3 and number 9. But select number 3 for this show, and you choose how to pay the playing fee, either through your mobile money account or through your airtime. So if you have money in your mobile money account, you can play from there on both the USD and LD accounts. If you don't, you can buy the scratch card and you can play using your airtime. And once you do that, you automatically enter the draw and you stand a chance to win $2,500 Liberian dollars here on the show today. So let's go back to the lines. 0777 105 0777 105. Am I missing the number? 0777 1075. Hey, 0777 1075. 0555 101075. Okay, let's go back to the line. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is the former student leader of Bapula Jerry from Johnson.
Okay, let's hear you, former student leader.
Yes, let me go straight to the point. During the campaign, it was clear. The vice president, Jamal Kun, told us at that time that we will advise the president. We will advise the president to revamp and make the private sector vibrant. And we even went ahead and said that we could suggest that the private sector should be placed in the hands of private institutions. Now, what are we seeing right now? We are not smelling that. We are not seeing it. We are again hearing that the president gave us another information that we should manage our expectations. But I think that is incomplete. We should be able to reflect our minds as politicians on what we
The president's exact words is that everybody can now work in government.
Me, I see that as an incomplete statement.
Okay.
I think that should be ended by the particulars can be messages of people.
Way forward, right?
The private sector should be revamped.
Okay. That's true. That's true. I agree with you.
So I think the young people, if you see struggling, you see young people are involving themselves in a lot of activities because we are less busy. We are not working. The potential young people are graduating from the rural universities. How many population do you have in Liberia? So if we can estimate right now, even if we say 6 million human beings, and you're taking children from there, how many persons do you think that the government of this country cannot be able to cater to the potential people of this country? So for us, I'm very disappointed. I'm a United partisan.
You disappointed the president's statement, huh? You disappointed the president's statement?
For me, that statement is not complete. So the president.
The statement not complete. All right.
Yeah,
I also agree with you that the statement not complete. I also agree with you. Yeah. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Oh my God. Please lower your radio. There's a feedback, please.
Yeah, let me solve.
Okay. Let's hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'm through S. Boypa. It's understandable that the people who are opting for jobs in the government, but we have to be reasonable enough to say that it is easier to say than to have it done. This is a government that came to power unless you don't really reason out well. Came to power completely broke. the succeeding government or the past government, and their government is very bad. We is panicated. The present government is panicated and the past government. They are happy that the government now is completely broke. And saying that if you just open the private sector, this involves contacting outside partners all over the world to be able to get people here to help us. But that is not yet done in the early age of this government. I think we should not really be that overzealous to see that we have to work. I think I like it the way you, the panel, put away this morning. That the working in government should not only be based, supporting the government should not only be based on working in the government. All over the world, good governments, is the least employer of citizens. And we have to realize that. Okay. But there are a lot of people, my brother, all they know they should work.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to another person, please. We don't have the luxury of time. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
My name is Jonathan Joe, and I'm calling from District 6 area.
Jonathan Joe, let's hear you.
Thank you very much this morning. I love the issues that you raised this morning when it comes to the government and its responsibility to provide jobs, to create an enabling environment for Liberians to be in power. Because the Bible says once an idle man is a wicked man, and once people are not employed, they will not think of anything better, they will think of wickedness. And that way, that is a serious issue for any country, that the government can provide jobs and the government can create the environment for the creation of jobs. Is a serious problem. But let us give this government a little chance. 6 months, I don't think it is enough for the government to do everything that she's supposed to do. The government has a priority. And Joseph Brother always said that Liberia will be a better country, unlike the other government. But let Liberia be patient.
All right, thank you, Jonathan Joel from District 6.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from.
This is Alpha in Kawa.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you.
My brother, anyone that will just sit there and say government just come and everyone will just be flooded and give one job. These are people that are referred to as the disguised sedition, the king is the unity partisan. Because this government are not even going for 6 months. You want a man to bring yellow machine and pass everybody is a yellow witness and go take it up. Why people talking here so? Are they really serious? They want to just be ridiculing their government. You think you have to just be ridiculing your government, just something you support another person and everything 6 months. You cause laws again, they bring you support another person. So that how Liberia want to be. They don't want to be patriotic. So, my brother, in my mind, people should start talking at least. Other government are going in the 10 years. They say, oh, but we support the government when I do our job. It's a justifiable cause. But just 6 months, like even I myself can't even build one room to finish at a time. Zero. Then you go and say, you want job. So where the job come from now?
Okay.
Government, if you running government, you have to strategize. You have to use every ideological means to put people in place.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody wants job. So I don't think people are really serious. They just want to be talking down on the radio for people to be hearing that. Hey, yeah, we're not the government, run and just see how it will be.
Thank you. That's your opinion. Thank you. Thank you very much. 0777 1075 0777 1075 0555 101075. We'll take 1 or 2 calls and call it a day. Here, play the radio game. The code is *799# *799# select number 3 for Spoon FM. Choose how to pay. The playing fee is just 70 cents US or 100 LD, and you automatically enter the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. In the next 6-7 minutes, 40 persons will be winning 2,500 on the show here this morning. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
How are you? I'm Jiku. I call from Oyo.
All right, let's hear you from Old Road.
Okay, fine. So those who are making noise about this job building, they are not realistic, or they are not realist. The government are taking over less than 6 good months. They expect everybody to be employed. Who is in Liberia does not know that job and we are going out of power. They took all their supporters and shove them all over the ministerial agencies, and they should be employed. In case the government come to power, and they say they are not employees, they must go against them. So this is really intended, the seditions are intended to actually ridicule this government, or to make the citizens to go against this particular government. I mean, nobody will tell me, now go about a year to see. You will not sit down there and say, if you are first one time, we are into power, a year time, and everything was.
Okay.
That be real, man.
Thank you. Let's talk to our last caller. Oh my God.
Lower your radio, please.
Hello?
Okay, you're okay now, but next time you call in, please walk away from your radio, please.
Hello, you getting me now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is June18, call from Panama Bell.
Yeah, let's hear you, John.
You see Liberia now, everything has changed completely. You got 20 centers that you can work, they start smoking. You got immigration, you got ASF, you got police, you got 20 sections. But the government can't allow that because you got to give money, you got to bribe the way you join the army, you got to bribe the way you join the police, you got to bribe the way you join immigration, you're not supposed to be. So everything is not in president. Our leaders are in there, representatives, senators, all of them in there. They're not even their farms. They really party around just putting the money. They're not even opening farm for you to work there to get some money to help themselves. They're not even get time for the youth for everything that Joseph Boga. They're not president. The people are very wicked to the youth to the extent that they only want it for they and their family themselves, that's all.
Okay.
But everybody thinks it's a person, not person. No one gets found in the house. I don't know, nobody gets found in the house. No representative, senator, or speaker said they're found out the youth working there, they're not getting for themselves. But all they want is one flag to go to America, to go inside, to go flex with the money. That's all they want to in the country.
Okay.
So how the country will not be sitting down. So they get sitting down there, but there are more job opening now. And then the company that will come from us to grab some more money, all they put all in the office. Then they say the president will take the initiation. Thank you for
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, folks, that's it. That's all the time we have for the call-in segment. And he just said, there are lawmakers who have farms, but we need more lawmakers to have farms. I know that Senator Snow has a farm, and other lawmakers do have farm. A few of them actually, but we need a lot of them to go back to the soil because. They are our leaders and people.
And they can have agricultural break.
Yeah, they can have agricultural break. So a lot of them will take that break to go to the United States. Some of them will go Ghana, and the agricultural break. I know they go in plane in America. I don't know what they're going to in America.
Free money.
Yeah, but that's it. We have 8 more minutes to go, and there are other information that we would just pass through. Norris Tue, the UL relations person, was on OKFM on yesterday, and according to him, the University of Liberia is set to launch a series of doctorate degree programs. Even though there are a lot of daunting challenges that the university is faced with. But according to Norris Tue, the university is set to launch several doctorate degree programs that would lead to the awarding of PhD degrees in different academic disciplines. So the question is whether the university is set for this We have the issue of sitting capacity. It's still an issue there, a major issue at the university, and out of that,
leakages everywhere.
The shortage of staff, low salaries for faculty. I think the faculty, I don't know whether they are still on strike action.
Yeah, still on strike action. The school shut down. The University of Liberia shut down now. And Soup held a press conference yesterday, giving 48-hour ultimatum to the president. And the president is unwanted on the campuses of the University of Liberia for the reopening of the school.
With all of these daunting challenges, they want to offer doctorate degree program. So those who obtain their master and going for a doctorate degree, they will all be running helter-skelter when Soup enter on there in class. Then imagine you do your doctorate degree. You see
Soup can go out and graduate school.
Yeah, so I mean,
what's about the law school?
Yeah, they
all the places
they can go there. Soup. I mean, was Soup better? I mean, the poor can disrupt classes.
But they can disrupt classes.
Yeah, they can disrupt classes
and all of that.
Yeah,
but there's a lot expected. As much as the same way Liberians expected much from President Weah, then former, to do more for football, for soccer, and he did not. That is how people are expecting much when it comes to education under this administration, especially the higher institutions of learning as well as the lower ones.
Yeah, sure. So folks, we have to go. We are out of time now. So for those of you who play the radio game, we will be doing a draw shortly. Anything finally before we take leave?
Yeah, for me, just to say that just from the stats from 2014, Liberia is among the poorest nation in the world. I think 10 poorest countries of 11. Liberia is part, and it is, a huge tax for the government to actually leave up their gains in terms of the livelihood of the people, because some of those issues that were highlighted that are part of the reason for which Liberia is amongst the poorest nation is due to unemployment, the impact from the civil war, and also weak system. So we hope that this government can do more, in terms of strengthening the system, the economic challenges that Liberians can have something to do. I listen to some of the government officials. They say when you wake up in the morning, you have a lot of Liberians at their doorsteps, begging for handouts, for support and all of that. And those people go there because they don't have means of survivability. They are struggling. Poverty is on the increase here. So hope they can do the needful so that Liberians can have work to do. Liberians can have skills. Liberians can empower people instead of running to one lawmaker every morning to go asking for handouts that will not even sustain you for a longer time. With that, I'd like to say thanks to all of our viewers, our followers. We will be back here on tomorrow, Wednesday, for another brand edition of the program.
Okay, yeah. So, folks, the weather forecast I gave this morning, I think is correct. It said there's going to be downpour of rain at 10 o'clock, and it's already raining, even though it's not yet 10 o'clock.
Working with my umbrella.
Yeah, so it's already raining here in Kongota and other parts of Monrovia. But for those of you who played the radio game, let's try to call one or two of our winners just before we take leave of you. We are doing the draw as we are calling some of the winners here. So let's call one or two of our winners here this morning on the show. Okay, so let's talk to this person. If I call you and you play the radio game, it means you have won. You have won. So let's see whether this person can answer his or her call just before we leave. Okay, so the call is not going through. It's either okay, I missed the number, so that means try it once more. So it's 671781. Okay. All right. So all of the winners have been June. Congratulations to all of you who won. 40 persons walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars this morning if you played the radio game. Let's talk to this person. This person is one of our winners. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning. I'm Tati Flomo from Dwighton.
Okay. You live on the radio on Spoon FM on the Today Show. You played the radio game, right?
Yeah. I'm so glad this morning. I'm so happy.
Oh, you already received the message?
Yeah. I already received it.
Oh, okay. All right. So congratulations. How many times you played?
That's good. Thank God.
How many times you played?
I played 3 times this morning.
3 times. So you're getting 2,200 profit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for playing. All right. So that's it. And besides him, 39 other persons won. So we can call everybody. We have to go. Thanks for your listening role. Thanks for all of you who have been following the show on our various platforms, Spoon TV Live, Super TV Live, Fabric TV Live, and via our YouTube channel. We'd like to say thank you, those of you who've been listening via the radio, Spoon FM 107.5 and Fabric 101.1. Thanks for listening to the show. We will be back here again with another fascinating discussion and sampling your views or perspectives about them tomorrow. So my name is Yekezi Zobel. I've been here alongside Dennis Nipson and that of Chokon Flaman. Catch us up tomorrow. Bye-bye. Coming up next is news summary from our News and Current Affairs Department. Bye-bye.